Hey BookTube, it's Charlie from Reader Turned Writer, and today I'm doing the author ask tag. I was tagged by Books with Nahid, and I will link her channel down below. I really enjoy watching her channel. She shares a lot of really great book recommendations, and I love seeing her books. She also has a 10-year-old daughter, so she tries to read middle grade books to recommend to her daughter, which I think is just super awesome, and I love hearing her thoughts about books and everything, so go ahead and check out her channel. I'll link it down below, as well as the original post. I think it was a Tumblr post on Tumblr, so I'll link that down below as well. So each question is based off of an author. So the first author is J.K. Rowling. What is your Hogwarts house? And I have been sorted into Ravenclaw. I was wishing for Gryffindor, but when I finally took the test a while ago, I was Ravenclaw, which is actually pretty good too. Stephen King, do you believe in ghosts? I don't believe in ghosts in the same way that they are portrayed in books. I guess I believe in spirits very strongly, partially because of my religion. I am LDS, and so I do believe that there is an afterlife and that there are spirits that help us in this world, and I have felt that in my own life. But I don't actually believe in ghosts with the term ghosts. John Green, if you could visit any place, fictional or non-fiction, where would you go? This is a really hard one. I would, for in our world, in real life, I would probably go to Ireland first. That's a place that I've wanted to go since childhood. Fictional, I'm going to go with the obvious and say Hogwarts, because of course everyone wants to go to Hogwarts, and it would be a really cool and also pretty safe place when you're thinking about all the different places that you can go in fictional worlds, because a lot of places are really dangerous. Hogwarts is pretty safe as well, and it'd be really cool. Suzanne Collins, who is one person you couldn't live without, and this is hands down my husband. I would have a really hard time if anything happened to my husband. I don't know what I would do without him. He is my rock, and I'm so grateful for him in my life. Victor Hugo, do you believe in love at first sight? I don't believe in love at first sight. I definitely believe that love is something that you work for and that grows and that you can cultivate and keep alive. I definitely do believe in attraction at first sight and like at first sight. I've seen it called like spark at first sight, where you see someone and you just think, I feel attracted to them, or I wonder what they're like. And then as you get to know them, then the love grows from there. Stephenie Meyer, if you could be any supernatural being, what would you be? And I don't really want to be a supernatural being, honestly. I like being human. I wouldn't mind having a superpower, reading minds or something, but I actually enjoy being an ordinary human reading about all those things, and I don't think I'd actually want to be one. I guess if I had to pick one, I would probably say a wizard or witch, like in Harry Potter type deal. F. Scott Fitzgerald, if you had unlimited funds for a day, what would you do? I would do so much. My husband and I have so many plans for our money and finances. So the very first thing we would do is pay off our house that we just got into. I'd pay that off very first. I have quite a few people that I'd like to just give money to, I guess, to help. One of my cousins just went through a really serious health issue on top of a divorce, and I would love to help with her medical and lawyer bills and everything, and just pay those in clear. We'd really like to give back to our parents, because we feel that both our parents have given us a lot, and both of them are well off financially, but neither of our parents are like super rich, I guess. Like, they just have moderate incomes and they're just being smart with their money, but we would love to give back to them in some way. We would definitely invest quite a bit of money into different things, especially if it was unlimited. Like, we'd probably put into Bitcoin. We put a little bit into Bitcoin every month. Not a ton, just enough that if we lost it we wouldn't care, but also just enough to give us kind of a head start with that if anything does happen with it. And we also would invest in like just the stock market and different things. And we would probably buy some things, like there are a lot of books that I would buy immediately. And I would probably go out to dinner with my family, and I don't know, we might buy, I don't know, there are some things that we have that we want to buy, like just they're kind of smaller things, but they cost a little bit more, like a basketball hoop or just different things like that. I would probably buy a nicer computer than the one I currently have. I currently have about a $300 computer, and I would probably buy an $800 to $1,000 computer. That would be really fun to have that, just saying. William Shakespeare, do you prefer comedies or tragedies? I usually prefer tragedies. I really enjoy a good comedy, but I really also just love books that can make you feel all the emotions and make you cry and everything. I love that experience. Veronica Roth, what faction are you in? I took the test just barely and I got divergent actually. It said I broke the system and couldn't be placed in a faction. But also I just want to say that it wasn't working very well, and there were some questions where there were pictures, and some of the pictures had words in them and some of them didn't, but the pictures wouldn't show up, so I just kind of did the best I could. So who knows what I actually am in. Whatever that faction is with the reading and the smart, where they the scholars and everything, that's probably the one I would want to be in, obviously. David Levithan, if you could be one other person for a day, who would you be? I don't know, I like being me. Yeah, I like being me. I don't think I would be anyone else even if I had the choice. And finally, H.G. Wells, you can travel to any point in time, where or when would it be? This one is really hard for me. One thing that immediately comes to mind is just being out with the pioneers that came to Utah. I have a lot of ancestors that were in the pioneers that came across, and I think it would be really cool to experience a day with them. Another thing that comes to mind is Christ's time. I think it would be really cool to visit that time as well and have, especially if you got to meet the Savior and everything, that would be super cool. Yeah, there are a lot of times in history that would be just really cool to see and experience, and so I might do that. So I'm going to tag a couple people. I'm going to tag Cozy Reader Kelly at Cozy Reader Kelly. She just started her channel really recently and I started watching her and I absolutely love her videos. She is super cute. She's an adoptive mom and she always has a baby in her video, which just makes her videos that much more fun to watch. And I love the way that she talks about videos because she has a lot of really good thoughts about the videos and is very sincere about those thoughts, and her thoughts are always come out really well organized as well. And so I really enjoy her channel, so I'll link her down below. You can go check out her. And I'll also tag Barter Hordes. I know he has kind of a lineup of tag videos to do, but I'm going to tag him as well. I really enjoy his channel. His thoughts are very well thought out and he reads some really great books. I've read hardly any of them, but every single time he talks about them, it makes me want to read them. And he was an English teacher, and so he has kind of that as his background, and so that makes his channel a lot more interesting to watch because he feels like he really knows what he's talking about, and the books that he's reading are very kind of English teachery, I guess. He reads a lot of historical fiction and I think that's really cool. So that's it. I'm just going to tag a couple people and I had fun with this video. It's kind of fun to think about the authors and have the themed questions. So thanks for watching my video. I will see you in the next one.